So I just happened to hear some peeping, and what do you know? There we go. Have to reset that. It's very loud, but that I just changed the setting up there so this thing doesn't rotate anymore. Because not only do we have this guy, but I think either that's somebody trying to come out of an egg, or that was Ted's egg stuff. I can't tell. It's kind of straight, so it's probably just Ted's. But either way, this is a Muscovy actually in the act of hatching. So we got our little wing out right there. That's the tip of our wing. Ducks don't really come out with very big wings. Chickens, it looks like their wings are huge because they, at least ours, almost immediately have feathers on them, so they look a lot bigger. But we are in the act of hatching. And they come out looking like this. You can see a lot of birds, bare skin, because they're wet and they basically have fuzz that comes out the outsides. So as you can see, we're breathing really hard. This is a very challenging task, and it is the first thing that, you know, all birds have to do. So if the very first thing you ever had to do is an escape from a prison, you'd probably be pretty exhausted too. And that's basically what they're doing here. So we have to escape our egg. It's really, really tough because we're a tiny little bird. And unlike the chickens, we don't have a pointy beak either. We have a little, they call it an egg tooth. It's just a growth on the end of their beak that's supposed to be sharp, but it's pretty dull. But I guess, you know, if you're putting all of your weight into it and you just have an egg to break out of, it's not too bad. And yeah, we're doing pretty good here. I actually wasn't really expecting a lot out of the remaining eggs, but it looks like they're going to happen. And again, this is just, you know, there's a lot of neglect going on here because my current humidity is at 33% at the top and 25 at the bottom. I forgot to put water in this last night, and that's kind of been the story ever since all the chicken eggs came out, because I really wasn't expecting anything to happen with these guys, because this is, I mean, this is 38 days or something like that. It's quite long. Obviously not all the eggs went at the same time. This one that you see a pencil on it like that, that one went in there 15 days after I'd started doing this. And these guys actually came in a little bit towards the middle of our last hatch, and the chickens out of that hatch are big now. So there is a lot of time that these eggs are in here. In fact, I've been going back and forth in my mind, well, maybe I should just dump these eggs because they're well over a month. They're probably not going to hatch. But I candled them, and the ones that look like they had stuff in there, I just left in there, and I'm getting rewarded for that, so that's cool. Oop, there's a foot. So this little guy is going to have to get a name. And then, ooh, come on. He is almost out. I think what we're seeing right here is a neck, and I think our head is tucked down there, but I could be wrong. And obviously we can see a foot and a wing, so we are very, very close to hatching. And that's pretty good. We're definitely gonna have to stay in here overnight. It's been getting pretty cold, and the chickens outside are pretty big, so I may end up needing to move them over to the other side of the brooder box and release the chickens that we already have. So we'll see. Well, the turkey's already escaped, so come on, little guy. That really looks uncomfortable. So thank goodness this happened during the day, because I don't even want to think about what this big ring here, the white plastic you see here, would have done to a little baby bird if it was moving. And that's kind of the rub. I don't know when these guys are going to hatch, and so I don't know when I'm throwing out good eggs. I've collected 4 more Muscovy eggs, and so I'm going to put them in there as soon as all these guys either hatch or I give up on them. Probably do that at 40 days, but we've definitely got ducklings. So this makes 2 Muscovy ducklings. And I mean, online it says, oh well, you should stand them up, don't rotate them for a little while, keep really tight controls on humidity. I mean, a laundry list of things, and I have done none of them, and almost all my eggs are developing apparently. So I mean, I don't have the schedule to individually rotate eggs and do all that other stuff, so this is good. Wow, we have got a very dark hat. Hey little buddy. Oh, we are out. And that's good for this little guy, because at some point in time they can't quite get enough oxygen going through the eggshell, so this is an important step for this Muscovy. Hey, hi. And it's really neat when they're babies. With chickens, you really can't name them. I mean, you can try, but telling them apart so that you know which one you've named what is incredibly difficult. But with the Muscovies, as you can see, they have ours anyway, have a distinct hat. If this thing will focus. There we go. Come on, there we go. So this one's got a very, very dark hat. Come on, camera. Nope, not gonna do it. Nuh-uh. There we go. So you get that black feathers on the top of our head there. That's very dark. And so Ted, the one that came before this one, has very, very muted black feathers on the top. In fact, I don't even know if I would call them black. But this little guy has got very, very dark hat on the top. And that's how I can tell most of my male Muscovies apart. I think most of the females have much less of a hat, but this one here definitely has a hat. So, and I don't think that's a requirement or anything. It's just how mine ended up. But this little guy's got a good hat, so we're going to be able to tell the difference between him and Ted, which means we can name him or her, and we won't know which way until fairly far into the development of both of those ducklings. The females, they kind of plateau off on growth and stay about duck-sized, and then the males, they keep on growing until they're basically a goose size, as you can see from my previous videos. So we're gonna have to wait for that to happen before we can tell if they're a boy or a girl. But we don't have to wait to be able to tell you apart from your hatch mate. I wish this thing would stop focusing on the plastic glass here, but we're really cute. Yes, you are. So there we go. We got to watch a Muscovy hatch. It's pretty fun.